right, hey, I'm here with Jim Bingham, and you've organized and held this event now. This is your 11th year, and you've been at this location for 3 years, but we started out over in Pheasant Run in St. Charles way back in 2008.
Yep.
And you've created an environment here that has everybody excited about racing. And tell us a little bit about some of the things that have transpired over time at this developing into what it is.
Well, we started this show at the first year of 2008. My friend Vic Eidelbrock, I got him to come. He fell in love with the engine challenge, and that what resulted in the Hot Rodders of Tomorrow engine challenge. We now have a junior engine challenge, which it's just crazy down there, and we're associated with junior dragsters, and the whole thing is exploding. The idea is to get more youth in. That's what we want. And that's what the people that's here, the vendors want. We want to get more young people into this environment.
So you've got a lot of the manufacturers here, and the environment is that racing is hot. We did the Chicago Auto Show recently, and the manufacturers, as far as auto, are really hyped up about the performance end of it. And are you looking are there more people that can be involved in this?
Yes, of course. We'd love to have more vendors here. This is the place to be. If you're in the Midwest and you want to reach the end consumer, this is the show to be at. And to the consumer, if you've missed this show, don't miss one in the future.
Okay. And we don't just cover drag racing. There's also road racing, autocross, dirt track racing.
Correct.
And everybody is welcome. And this is an event that we must attend every year and be a part of. Jim, thanks for having us, and we appreciate you being involved in the Hot Rodders of Tomorrow, because it is the future of racing.
Thank you very much.
How you doing? My name is Craig McKinney. I'm the high school rep at Lincoln Tech. We're located at Melrose Park. We're out here at the Hot Rodders event just to be a presence. We'll let the students know that we're an option for them once they graduate high school to help them further themselves along in the industry. We have a lot of good industry connections with auto dealerships, with body shops. So it's a good opportunity for students to get more information about Lincoln Tech. One of the good things about this year for our high school students is that there are scholarships available. One thing that we noticed for our high school students is that a lot of them weren't coming to Lincoln Tech because scholarships weren't available. So we revamped our scholarship program so it's able to touch more students. Additionally, this summer we're having a car show, a car meet. It's going to be on June 2nd at the campus for students, or not just students, but anybody to come out, bring your car, have a good time, and just relax at the campus and see what we have to offer. For more information about Lincoln Tech, you can go to lincolntech.edu. You get more information about the programs that we offer. And then you can email me, cmckinney@lincolntech.edu, if you have any particular questions.
Hello, my name is Dave Beinfor. I'm the director of the Midwest Junior Super Series. Behind me, we have a whole group of junior dragsters, as you can see, from all different age groups from 5 to 18. So we're here displaying the cars, kind of showing the next generation of drag racers. We also have a junior engine challenge going on a little bit farther back, if you can see in the crowd there. We're trying to get the kids more mechanically oriented. We want the kids to be able to work on their own cars. Part of the reason is the industry, the sport, we don't have mechanics. We, as a nation, we need mechanics, we need carpenters, we need electricians. This is kind of a way to get the kids, when they're young, used to working with their hands. Okay, the Midwest Junior Super Series, this is our 10th year. We travel, we have 8 or 9 races at different venues throughout the Midwest. This year we're kind of venturing out a little bit farther. We're going to Rockingham, which is the Rock, okay, one of the legendary racetracks. We're going to be first. We're going to be on ARS-TV this year, which is kind of very cool for the kids. This is, like I say, it's very family oriented. We have 12 different classes for all different age groups over a 2.5, 3-day event. So, and we start at Rockingham in April, and our last race is at Lucas Oil Raceway in Indianapolis for our championship celebration.
Do you have a website?
Yes, we do. MidwestJuniorSeries.com.
Hi, this is Mark Erickson from Automated Products at the 2018 Race and Performance Expo in Schaumburg, Illinois. We'd like to talk about our new extreme environment gauges. Excuse me. These particular gauges are 100% waterproof. They do have built-in warning lights in them. The gauges are 2 1/16 inch. They are very, very light gauges. They use Deutsch connectors on the back of them, as you see here. They also have a threaded body for lightweight. These particular gauges run about 70% lighter than normal mechanical gauges. To find more information about them, you can go to autometer.com.
Okay. I'm Dwayne Waldrop from Pro 85 Racing. We're celebrating our 10th year, 2018. We've done this for 10 years now. It's been a commitment to keep this going. We have over 30 members this year, and the majority of our races this year are going to be at Great Lakes Dragway. Come out and see us. We got blower cars, we got turbo cars, we got nitrous cars, we got horsepower cars. It's a great show, and you'll really enjoy watching this race.
Okay. Now talk about a little bit about the E85 rule portion.
Okay.
And also about your races.
Okay. You can see our rules on pro85.com. Our cars are basically street legal cars. They're all steel. We have to have stock appearing interior. The only fiberglass you can have is the hood. Your windows still have to work. And we really keep our cars so that they're street legal, and the majority of the people can relate to them. And our cars, we run on an 890 index just to keep it semi-affordable. Most of us have at least 1,200 horsepower in these cars, and they're capable of going way faster than 890. But we just keep it at 890 cap, just so it ain't an all-out race where we don't tear our cars up in every race.
More information.
Okay.
So to check us out on our Facebook page.
You can check us out on Facebook, Pro 85 Racing, or you can come to our website, pro85.com. We got pictures of all our cars, all our rules, our schedule. Come out and see us this year.
I'm here with Steve Lasky with the Chicago Region SCCA, and a lot of people don't know that the SCCA is regional, and they intermingle with some of the events. Tell us about what you have going on this year.
Well, for the Chicago region, we have the Road Racing Series, which takes place up at Road America and Blackhawk Farms, and we have our Autocross Series, which primarily is run all at Route 66 in Joliet, Illinois.
Now, what's it take to be a member of the SCCA?
To join, you just have to contact SCCA, and you can sign up to join the club, and they'll do the membership based on your physical location to sign up to the closest region. There's several hundred regions in the country, so you could be, it depends on where you live.
Now, the SCCA caters to the amateur. Does it also have professional classes?
SCCA is primarily amateur racing. There is a pro finger of SCCA, but it's the pro racing, and it would be like the Trans Am series and that. But primarily SCCA is amateur racing.
Hi, I'm Kyle Fickler, Director of Business Development with Aeromotive Fuel Systems. Hanging out today at the Race and Performance Expo in Schaumburg, Illinois. One of my favorite shows of the year, just because you get such a broad representation of the whole aftermarket industry. We've got hardcore drag racers, we got autocross people here, off-road people, dirt track racers, sprint car racers, you name it. Everybody shows up at this show. Just a great little show. One of the reasons I really like it, I talk about a broad representative. Everybody in here today is potentially impacted by the EPA legislation that would mandate that a vehicle that was originally equipped with emissions devices could not be tampered with. And chances are that's your race car, regardless of the type of racing you do. Affects all of us, street-driven vehicles and cars that were actually turned into dedicated race cars. SEMA has an act, the RPM Act. I'm sure you're aware of it. If not, please go to SEMA.org, check it out. What we're asking for today is when you check that out, there's ways that you can get involved. We've had a lot of successes with the RPM Act, but we're not done yet. We've won the fight, but we haven't won the war. We need your support to make that happen. Visit us at SEMA.org, look for the RPM Act. So Chicago market's pretty unique. I mean, this is kind of the home of streetcar racing. Obviously, Street Outlaws has done a lot to popularize it, turn a lot of those guys into movie stars. I go back to the Chuck Samuels days when a lot of the hardcore street racers came out of Chicago. With that in mind, today at the Race and Performance Expo, we've got our new version of our brushless spur gear pumps and roller vane pumps. So you can get a brushless A1000 brushless eliminator either in tank or in line. Same thing on the spur gear side. On the spur gear side, we go 3.5 gallons a minute up to 5 gallons a minute. 5 gallons a minute at operating pressure. That's a whole lot of fuel, support a whole lot of horsepower. There's not a bigger electric pump out there in the country, particularly at pressure. The reason we went brushless, we can reduce amperage draw by about 40 or 50%. Gives us the ability down the road to control the fuel pump, pulse width modulate the pump as well. So look for that on the horizon. But if you're looking for a big dual-purpose drag week type, street pump, look to us for our brushless spur gear 3.5 and 5 gallon a minute pump. For more information, visit us at aeromotiveinc.com. Thank you.
All right, hey, I'm here with one of the legends of drag racing, Arnie the Farmer Beswick, and this year is how many years for you racing?
Started in 1951.
1951, and you've actually got your schedule together this year, and you've got some conflicts, so you won't be able to make every Pontiac event, but tell us some of the things that you are doing.
Well, one of the main Pontiac events we'll go to is a GTOA convention out there by Philadelphia.
Well, that's fantastic that you have the opportunity, and what are you going to be, 86, 87 this year?
88.
88 this year, oh my God. For 13 years, we've been covering you. We've had the joy of doing some DVDs of your racing and the events that you've been to, and we're proud to call you a friend, and we're happy to see that you're still out here at 88 enjoying the sport of drag racing.
I enjoy every person that's involved in drag racing because they're true human beings, and that's a good part of it. Their head isn't up their butt, and that's the part I like about drag racing. Just good people.
Well, Arnie, thanks for spending time with us, and make sure you see him out there in Valley Forge, Pennsylvania this year at the GTOA Nationals, AA Nationals.
Yep.
In Valley Forge, Pennsylvania.
We'll be there.
All right, hey, Dave Dayton here with ARS-TV. I'm out here with Ted Peters. And Ted Peters, you are a tech inspector and a chassis inspector. Tell us about your capacity at Route 66 as far as the tech goes.
Okay, at Route 66, I'm a technical inspector. So when a car comes to the track, I make sure it's safe to go down the track and the driver has all his safety equipment. I also do tech for the NHRA as far as Division 3, and in the same capacity as checking safety equipment. And then I also am a chassis inspector to make sure the car is legal to go at certain speeds for the certified chassis.
Now tell us about the hobbyist racer compared to the professional racer. Licensing, that sort of thing. A hobbyist that comes out with his regular car, what's he required to have?
So a hobbyist that comes out with his regular car, he has to have a valid driver's license. And if the car goes faster than 14 seconds, he needs a current helmet. Other than that, his seatbelt's on, a shirt, pants. They can't race in shorts, and they can't have cut-off shirts. But that basically will do the hobbyist. Okay. And as the car goes faster, there's more safety aspects to it.
Okay, and all the way up to the professional level where the top fuel cars have to be licensed and they have to be certified at being able to go down the track at those speeds. Is that correct?
Yeah, that's correct. After 10 seconds, you need an actual racing license, and they have cutoffs. From 10 seconds to 750, you need a certain license, and then 750 and faster, you need a license. And then once you're in the professional category, you also have to have a separate license. It's certified by the NHRA or IHRA.
Okay. Yeah. Now, once everybody has these licenses and this goes on, what about insurance? If there's a crash or something, who is ultimately responsible for, let's say, a vehicle crash or something? If there's something goes on, there's a lot of no prep racing going on out there, and we see cars hitting walls that are not, necessarily, it's not very good for the car or the driver. Who's responsible for that?
Ultimately, it's the driver's responsibility to make sure he has all his safety equipment. It's the track's responsibility that you have a safe racing surface, and in certain instances, if it's a NHRA sanctioned track, you automatically, if you have a NHRA driver's license, you're covered as far as insurance as an incident on the track. So you're kind of covered that way. But some of these outlaw tracks, and when you run a lot of that no prep stuff, and you're not covered. I mean, when you race, you're pretty much racing at your own risk.
Okay, let's say there is an accident, and we had an incident at one of the local tracks here where a driver actually did get thrown from the vehicle and was killed. What is involved after that happens, and is there an investigation? Who actually takes part in that?
Okay, in a case like that, it's actually the state police that takes over the entire investigation. At that point, the track is just sitting on the sidelines waiting for the results. So it's a whole accident investigation. They try and recreate the accident, just like a fatality out on the expressway or highway. The same intensity goes into that. Just because it was at a track, it still get investigated
by the state police.
By the state police.
Is there a review of the vehicle itself too, as far as the safety equipment on it, to make sure?
Oh,
that
absolutely.
It is
They look at the safety equipment. I mean, once everyone gets involved, they'll look at the inspection sheet that the driver actually signed. They'll look at who signed off on it at the track to say the car was safe, and then there'll be an investigation. And say they signed off and the car didn't have seat belts, but they signed off. Now it's a liability for the track.
Okay.
Because they filled out a tech card and it was not really accurate.
Okay.
Yep.
You're not only an inspector, a chassis inspector, but you also race. You've got a Midwest Nostalgia Pro Stock car here, and that seems to be an up-and-coming group that everybody wants to see. Tell us about your car.
Well, I think it's more interest in Nostalgia Pro Stock now because the cars look like, a regular street car. My car is a 73 Duster. I have a new style Hemi in it with a Lenco, and it runs pretty good. It runs like 780s now, and it allows me to compete against my arch rival, Mark Pappas. So it's a lot of fun. We go out to different tracks. This year we're going out to North Carolina and just put on a show for the people, because a lot of people in drag racing are getting older now, and they remember these cars when Pro Stock first started. So, it's the nostalgia thing, and they enjoy it. They enjoy looking at it.
I agree. We love the group. We love the look of the cars is definitely something that draws a crowd. We appreciate you being a tech inspector and keeping us safe out there, and we're happy that you talked to us today.
All right. Thank you very much. Thanks.